Good morning, Math 7 Plus. I hope you guys are doing well. I really miss you. Can't lie, I'm sitting outside on my back porch listening to the birds chirp in this beautiful weather. I do enjoy that so much, but I really do miss coming in and seeing you guys every day. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to kind of touch base real quick, kind of where we're going with this. So this week originally had been designated as a new content week, but that all got changed. So we will start new content next week with probability. So we're kind of skipping the last unit of the last half of unit 8, which was all about volume. And most of that was the 8th grade content. So we are going to use this week kind of like as a way for you to start looking at some of the resources that we're going to use, hopefully, as we continue with remote learning. And I'm just going to have you learn those resources and kind of learn volume at the same time. None of this is meant to stress you out. None of this is meant to make you worried. So this is not lose sleep over kind of deal. I just want you, if you haven't seen some of the resources, and I didn't put a ton in there because I don't want you taking a ton of time. You can skip things that you think you know, but typically you should be spending about 2 hours a week on math, and that's a really fine line because some of you are very fast workers, and you have quiet space at home with your own computer, so it's really easy to do those 2 hours. And then for some of you, it's just a lot of distraction at home, maybe nobody that can sit and help you if you need it. You might have to wait for a device. So I am very flexible in how we do this from here on out. But if you're having trouble with things and you just need to communicate with me. Remember, everything needs to be through your Wake ID. So that's kind of where I wanted to start off. You are looking at my Wake ID portal, if I ever refer to that. So this is, you would get there through the Salem website, and I would star it because you'll probably be coming here a lot. Obviously the Outlook box up here, that is your email, and that is how you're going to communicate with me. So don't go to PowerTeacher and try to email me through there. It might use another one of your email addresses, depending on what your computer's default is, because if I reply, it'll be, I can't communicate with you on this email. You need to email me again from your Wake ID or Wake County email. So there's probably a ton of email if you've never checked it in there, believe it or not, because I think anytime that anything is assigned to Google Classroom, you get an update there. So now's a good time to go clean that out. I did that a couple weeks ago. Another couple things that are going to be in here, you could get to Google Classroom through here. You can get to your Google Drive through here. And so if I ever talk about BrainPop would be one thing that we may use. Discovery Ed may be something we would use. I'm not sure yet. And then Dreambox. Dreambox is another one that I might just say, hey, go spend 20 minutes in there. And I don't have anything assigned. It should start you off right at 7th grade if you've never been in there. And this is a really good time to use this because some of you are working above 7th grade level, so it'll push you beyond 7th grade. And some of you have some lagging skills, whether it be 4th, 5th, or 6th grade lagging skills, like multiplication or fraction simplification, something like that. This program is meant to detect those things. So like now's the time to do these things. Like, fill those gaps so that way next year you won't have to work twice as hard. So this is kind of the place where you just need to be familiar with everything. You need to start checking Google Classroom probably every day, but definitely on Monday mornings. I'm going to start loading on Monday mornings your weekly assignment. And I'm going to do it through a Google Doc. So it's going to be really, I'm calling it a HyperDoc. It's kind of the new thing where everything is going to be in there that you need. And I'm still learning as to how much you'll be able to do in 2 hours. So, if you're spending way more than 2 hours, just talk to me about it because that's not my intent. Please go in this week, read through this. So this week, I do have you guys just looking kind of at volume, using different remote learning tools. So anything in red, I have gone ahead and added in the link for you. And some of it is Khan Academy, but I originally did All Khan and just decided it was y'all needed some variation. So Learn Zillion is very similar in the videos, but it's a different voice. You should not have to create your own name and password just when you click this link below. It should go right to my classroom, and then just sign in as a guest and just put your first and last. How about your first name and last initial? That way I know that you've watched the video. And then there are some cons. Some are just exercises, some are videos. So this is kind of like the must-do of the first task. And I would say task 1, try to work on it Monday, Tuesday. It doesn't matter when. So if you're sharing devices in the house, you can do this on your own time whenever you get the device in your hands. Over here are some can-do things. Some of it's linked to my Google Classroom. Desmos is a graphing program online. They have a calculator. They have where you can graph on a coordinate plane, but they also have different activities. So some of the activities are really good in terms of, like, if we were in class, you'd be able to communicate and you can like play games against somebody else, which unless you're getting out at the same time as somebody else, sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they'll ask you to put in your commentary on something. You can kind of skip through those. But if you wanted to go try it, just see if you can get logged in for another week. And then, of course, another can do would be your Dreambox. And then the second task is, again, continuing with volume. So down here, I said go to the Wake ID portal and select BrainPop. I don't think I'm going to do much BrainPop, but hey, it's always good just to have something different, and it may be a little bit elementary for you guys, so if you know the content, you can kind of skip it. But I would love to see you try it this week, just because we're not going to spend a ton of time on volume, and I just want to see what happens if I assign you the quiz and how it pops up, so it just gives you another way to kind of quiz yourself. And then over here, let's see, at the end of the week, I'm going to have different check-ins, whether or not you understood what we did that week. So sometimes it'll be using quizzes. So I'd love to see you do this. It's not a grade at all this week. I promise, 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 promise. I just would love to see what kind of feedback I get as you do the quiz. Sometimes it'll be Google Forms. So you'll just click the link in here, and it'll take you to a Google form where it'll be kind of like a mini quiz. And then over here, I do have some puzzles. It was National Grilled Cheese Day the other day, whether you do that or not. So just different little things. And if you like those, I've got tons and tons that I can add to this, just to keep your mind sharp with math, but not be stressful. So as you work through it this week, this task 2, I would expect you to kind of work on it on Wednesday, Thursday. Just let me know if you have any questions. I am planning on trying to be on Google Meet at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, which is going to be your hours. I have to get off right at 10 because I have another Google Meet right at 10 this week as well. I did put down here I'm not going to start until April 15th, but I probably will log in this week and just say, hey, if anybody wants to get on, and then see if you have any questions about the login process for any of this. I think that's it. Hang in there, you guys. I know it's been a long haul, and we probably still have a significant haul ahead of us. So I just wish you well. I hope everybody is safe and healthy. And if you need anything, just reach out. I am just an email away. Bye, guys.